We already got 13 of y'all in the chat. Welcome on in. Southampton Realistic Rebuild Season 2. Somehow we've qualified for Europa League in Season 1, so I'm looking forward to today's stream. What's going on, everyone? Abdullah Malkil, welcome on in. Good to see y'all here. And I'll showcase the squad here as some more people roll on into the stream. But I think there are a few areas that we can continue to improve, especially now that we've got European competitions. Made some transfers in Season 1, adding Johnston from West Brom. A lot of people were saying that he is over championship level quality, so we brought him here to Southampton and the Saints. Only point of concern, he's 29 years old, so maybe we could even make another younger goalkeeper signing here. What's going on, Santiago? Good to see you. David, Sonic, welcome on in. But defensively, I think we're sound. All of our players are actually 80 rated, which is pretty decent, and they should be on the up and up. No one's over 25 years old. I think I would like to sign a center defensive mid eventually. I've been thinking about Diallo as an option here. Still 23, so he could become our new, play that new role for us, but maybe a center defensive mid, maybe some left back squad depth. And as soon as we get some more people in here, I'll showcase how much budget we have to work with. It is a ridiculous amount of funds. But glad to see y'all here again today. We'll try to get through 2 seasons, hopefully. Should be streaming for about 2.5 hours. But yeah, here you go. 93 million. That's a massive rise from last season. I want to say we only had about 30 mil last season. But yeah, with 93 mil, we can make 2 or 3 signings pretty easily. Not to mention we've had a couple of players return from their loan spell. 3 5-star, 5-star scouts to work with. We've got everything. But we do need to sign 3 players from Europe, though, for board objectives. Let's cover that while we're here, because that manager rating is not too great, 65. But yeah, we should be able to sign 3 players from Europe pretty easily. Finish in a Europa League spot, which is what we achieved last season. I feel like we can do it again, and then reach the quarterfinals of the actual competition. Yeah, glad to hear you're enjoying the realistic rebuilds. Yeah, if we can move forward on this Southampton save within the next stream or 2, we can move on to a new club afterwards. That's kind of the concept. I want to do these more often and hopefully continue streaming twice a week, at least for the month of December. I think Monday, Friday streams are within reason. Yeah, let's get some players here in the transfer shortlist. What part of this team do you think we should improve on first? Personally, I'm thinking center defensive mid. Romeu, he can play still a squad rotational role for us. I don't think Diallo's ready to step in quite yet. We're gonna need more squad depth with all the new competitions. Crowd in the midfield would be cool because he's wasted at left back. I don't know if he's necessarily wasted, but I agree he can play kind of that box-to-box midfielder role. But at an 80 overall, still 24 years old, he's essentially our permanent left back option. I don't necessarily need to upgrade. Hey, from South Africa, nice. Mackenzie. Yeah, I know today's stream is a little bit earlier. Just had some things going on later in the day, so thought I could stream while I'm actually here. Goodbye, Sander Berge. That's a good shout, I'll see if he's still over at Sheffield United. Yeah, actually, there were a few players that we have shortlisted that are in the free agents now. If I go ahead and sort just by age, I think it was none other than Todd Cantwell as a free agent. So we know his contract was expiring at the end of season 1. I think we may as well pick him up just to give us another winger option here. But still, we need a rotational left back, so I think that's another area of the team we could maybe sign. We don't necessarily need like someone that's super high rated, but someone with some potential, Let's go ahead and see where Sander Berge is at. He is still at Sheffield. Maybe they got relegated to the championship. No, they're still in the Prem. Actually, we might just take a look at the relegated clubs, see who got promoted and all that sort of stuff. So Bournemouth are moving up. I'm trying to decipher the other clubs. So Sheffield United Anyone else? I guess Fulham as well as that third team. So Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Fulham. Kind of an interesting mix of teams to get promotion. Let's take a look at the championship and see who got relegated. And then maybe start our signings there. Watford, I believe, got relegated. So, you know, Ismail Assar, always a popular signing in career mode. West Brom still down there. Let's see. So Watford is one of the clubs. Brentford also got relegated. And who am I missing? Norwich as well. So Watford, Brentford, Norwich. Yeah, a lot of high potential players on those teams. I think we maybe start with Norwich. Just because of all the high potential players that are over there. And I think they're also in areas of the team that we need to improve. So let's start here in Norwich. Get some players in the short list and then try to make some signings. Again, if you guys are just joining into the stream, welcome. Appreciate you being here. But we've got about 90 million to work with here in season 2. We've got Europa League with Southampton, which is quite the achievement, in my opinion. So it looks like Solis is no longer here. I think Matthias Norman could be a shout. 26 years old. Believe he's got potential over 80. Harry Winks. Is that... He's still at Spurs, right? That's a transfer they actually made. And Solis is a left midfielder. I was mistaken there. So we'll shortlist him. That could be a really interesting transfer, you know? I feel like he's got overall in the upper 70s, maybe even lower 80s. Only 26. Of course, an English player. Sam Byram could also be a shout at left back as a rotational. Okay, so we've got a few players here. Who should we focus on next? We can go to Wolves or Watford, or we can go over to Brentford. So Watford or Brentford. What do you guys think for this next club to scout out from the championship? Try Tchouameni as a center defense mid. Actually, I haven't used him yet this year, so I might. Sign James Garner. I'll see if he's over at United. I saw he just scored the other day for Forest. They've really turned the season around. Let me see where they're actually sitting in the table. I wouldn't be surprised if they're top 6. Now 13th actually, so still a ways to go. Right now 6 points behind Stoke City for 6th place. 7 wins, 7 draws, 7 losses. Interesting. What do I need? I think we're looking for a first team center defense and mid, squad rotational left back. Maybe even a striker. I'll tell you what, if Ivan Toney is still there, 77 overall. The thing is, we've got 3 pretty quality striker options. We signed Kyle Larin as part of a swap deal, and then we've still got Armstrong and our other striker, Adams. Budget's 90 million, guys. So really funds are not going to be an issue here. I think we can make 3 pretty quality signings and maybe even make an additional transfer in January. Josh Da Silva could be a shout, you know? Franco Onyeka has pretty good potential. Ayer as well. Dude, there's so many good players here in the championship this season. All right, we'll close things out with Watford. I think the main player here is going to be Ismail Assar, but João Pedro's still at the club. You know, he could be a signing. Divock Origi, that's an interesting transfer. Big goal for him the other day. I was posting it over on Discord, but man, he knows how to score on big occasions. I think he's like, he would be welcomed at any club, you know, just to make that impact goal when you need him to. Musa Sissoko is retiring at the age of 32. Interesting. And I actually didn't see Sar here anywhere. So he might have transferred away. All right, I think we've got the championship clubs covered. Now let's take a look at the short list. We'll start with the center defense and mids and see if we've got a good option here. So out of these, I guess, 4 players that we have, who do you think should be the top prospect? Sonderberger is back in the Premier League with Sheffield United, so I think maybe letting him stay there could be interesting. On the other hand, it's not uncommon for, like, when a club gets promoted for them to lose out on some of their players if they had an impact on the team. Norman as well, we need to finish scouting. Norgard and Onyeka. I think they all should have overalls in the upper 70s. Has to be Berge. Yeah, a lot of shouts for Sonderberger. A few for Norman as well. Now that I think about it, a lot of Nordic countries with Norway and Denmark. All right, so it looks like Sonderberger might be our transfer target here. You know, I used him a little bit this FIFA, and I didn't get on with him too well, but maybe in the Southampton system with the 4-4-2, he is going to play that holding midfielder role. Yeah, I've heard good things about Onyeka as well. So that's center defensive mid. I think it's probably one of those 4 players. So we get an upgrade there. I think our defense is pretty sound unless we let a player leave in this summer transfer window. I do want to reflect a little bit of realism. So, I mean, as far as goals contribution, I think Shea Adams had a pretty good second half of season 1, but Ward-Prowse was pretty much getting all the goals. He would probably be the top, like, prospectively, but he's been at Southampton for so long. I think he probably stays. I wouldn't say our strikers had a good enough season to necessarily get a move to a top 6 club, but I guess we'll see what sort of transfer offers come in. And how about that? If we get an offer from a top 6 club in the Premier League, then we'll consider it. Joelinton for Adams. To be fair, Joelinton has been on fire lately for Newcastle. The destiny has finally happened. What's the idea of Southampton rebuild part 2? It's basically just to continue from where we were last time. So now we're in season 2. And Europa League, which we don't actually have our group established yet. They have to go through all the playoff system and stuff like that. I'll go ahead and add Joelinton here to the short list just in case we need a new striker option. Interest in Ivan Toney and an offer for Tommy Thomas, our homegrown player. I think we reject that. I'm trying to change him to a center attacking mid and loan him out. Sign Maitland-Niles, he can play center mid and fullback. From Arsenal, yeah? Is he the one that made that that Instagram post where he was, I don't know if he was like referencing Arsenal, but he was basically saying he wanted to get more playtime. So yeah, that could be a realistic transfer. Onyeka would be an insane option. Mani Kamara from Olympiacos. Yeah, are there any like clubs in particular that Southampton is like consistently making transfers with? I feel like obviously Ligue 1, but any clubs in particular they have like a strong relationship with? You could argue Liverpool. I mean, a lot of their players go there. Not so much recently, but I don't know, in like the mid 2010s. Seemed like every promising Southampton player made the move to Liverpool. Yeah, Ward-Prowse was crushing it on part 1. I think he led the club in goals and assists, something like that. Brandon Williams is a backup left back. He's an interesting player. Both in the fact that he's right-footed and he's playing left back. But like, what kind of role he's going to play for United in the future? I think both him and Gardner, the next few seasons are going to really tell a picture, because like, I feel like they want to stay at the club because they support United, but they're not getting as much play time. You see how well Gardner's doing at Nottingham Forest. I think if Forest were to get promoted, you would have to consider Gardner might make the move. Yeah, I was actually thinking that, Elias. If ever we receive an offer from Liverpool, we might have to accept it. But anyways, final scouting report on Sonderberger, 78 overall. That's just about what we want. I think he should also qualify for like a development plan to boost up his pace. So equal on rating with Romeu, obviously much younger as well. By the way, this is the team. I know a lot of you might have just joined the stream, so we made let's recap the signings we made in season 1. So we signed Johnston from West Brom in the championship. Defensively, no changes here. And actually no other changes to our starting 11 outside of bringing Gineppo in. But we had Brereton Diaz joined from Blackburn, and then Kyle Larin. This was kind of a surprise move, but we received a swap deal for, I think it was Elianusi, and we decided to accept it. So he's kind of our squad rotational striker, played quite well. We do also have Suslov from Groningen. We have to decide like which players we want to send out on loan, because this squad has too many players in the substitutes and reserves. I think we're definitely loading out our homegrown talent, so that'll fill up one spot in our substitutes. Maybe bring Suslov in. Lianco, I want him to grow in his overall, but at the same time, I want to have a couple of center back options. Yeah, lately I have been using sliders. Yeah, I use them from Operation Sports. They're a website that updates sliders pretty frequently based off of like what patches come out for the game. So I use the harder legendary sliders there. Yeah, budget-wise, 92 million to work with. That can even be moved around a little bit depending on wage budget. So yeah, we're pretty good in that sense. Let's see if we can make this transfer for Sonderberger. Start off the stream with some big moves already. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support on the last Southampton rebuild we did, and hopefully we can keep that going here for season 2. Valuation of 16 mil, 18.6 to 24 is what our assistant manager says we have to spend. Let's try to pick him up for under 20 and see if we can make this deal happen. So they actually want Romeu. This is interesting, guys. I actually wouldn't be opposed to it. I know Romeu's been at the club for a while. But you have to question, like, if we were to bring Berga in, how much of a role is Romeu going to play? Especially with having Diallo. I don't think we would pay the full 13.5 million. But if we can get Romeu plus maybe 10 mil for Sonderberger, this could be interesting. What do you guys think? That's kind of what I'm thinking for the swap deal. A lot of swap deals going down in this save, to be honest. Y'all are saying 8.5. Let's see. Let's bring it down to 8.5. They want 12.6. I think 10 is going to be the sum if we can make this swap deal happen. Otherwise, I would rather just pay up straight cash for to make the Berger transfer happen. Yeah, 13.5 is too much. I think we just up this to 20 and go for it here. I think they'll accept 20. And if things like end on the transfer talks, then we can always just start it again in a week. I think 20 is a good amount for Berger. That was kind of the limit of what we wanted to spend. It's a good transfer for a 78 overall player. 6'5", medium work rates. I think what's super impressive about Sander Berge, the acceleration is a bit low, but the sprint speed and all his physicals are amazing. And actually technically quite sound on the ball. I think he used to play as like I was watching a video about like kind of his, I guess, upbringings. And he played a lot of basketball. His parents, I think, were basketball players, so pretty interesting stuff. Eden Hazard, maybe. I've actually been hearing some rumors. What is it? Hazard to some Premier League club. I want to say it's like Villa or something. But there have been a lot of rumors that he might make the return to the Prem. All right, I think for a 4-year deal, that's looking pretty good. He's on 28 right now. I think a solid 50K for wages should be enough. West Ham, okay. For some reason, I get Villa and West Ham mixed up, maybe because they have a somewhat similar color scheme. I would like to see Hazard back in the Prem. You know, during his Chelsea days. What was it, maybe the 16-17 or 17-18 season? I think like goal contribution wise, he was involved in like half of the Chelsea goals, which is just a ridiculous number. Watching from school. Well, hopefully it's during your break. Just as a reminder, if you guys ever want to watch the streams back, I have a playlist on the channel where you can watch all the streams. They're unlisted videos, but you can still watch them back. Anyways, first signing of season 2 complete. Let's go and update the squad number. It's a pretty good transfer, I think, to start things off. I don't believe Berger's gonna wear the number 7 for us. Let's see, he's got the number 25 for Henk. Where's the number 8 for Sheffield United? Let's see what we can do here. So Ward-Prowse obviously has the number 8. Let's see if we can give him the number 25. Jake Vokins. Vokins or Vokins, I always get that mixed up. From what I recall, he's a rotational midfielder or defender. I think I'd be okay with maybe loaning him out this season and giving Berger the number 25. Yeah, he's a left back, that's right. That's the thing about this Southampton Youth Academy. I still remember a lot of these players from even last FIFA and FIFA 17 even. There were some hidden gems in the Southampton squad. But that's center defensive mid sorted. Now the question is where Romeu is going to play. I still want him to play a role in this season. That's the tricky thing. Trying to make sure we can rotate the squad enough that, you know, all these promising players still get enough playtime. Because we don't want to stunt Diallo's growth. Romeu to center back. Yeah, I've actually seen a couple of suggestions for that. I can understand why. He's got pretty good defensive stats. Let's actually go and loan list some of these players. What do y'all think we should do about Livramento this season? I know he starts for Southampton IRL. Speaking of which, let's give him a new contract. So we don't have to deal with the release clause. But he's up to a 71 overall. Kyle Walker-Peters still starting for us. Loaning him out, I think it might be best for his development. Yeah, Tommy Thomas. It is a great name indeed. One of the better ones for homegrown talents, honestly. You know, now that I think about it, it could be smart to keep two pretty good option fullbacks because we've got Europa League to consider. So I think we maybe keep Livramento and then, you know, feature him in the occasional Prem match and even Europa League Cup fixtures. I think we can get enough play time for everybody. As far as the other center back goes, so what we could do, we could move. Here's what we could do. As far as the starting 11 goes, maybe put Romeu here and change him to a center back. Stevens for Diallo. Stevens is 28. And then I think Stevens could feature as a rotational player coming off from the reserves. I think that's kind of what I have in mind. Has Romeu ever played center back in his career? Let's see. No, pretty much defensive midfielder. It's okay. We'll figure out a way to rotate Diallo in. Yeah, Gareth Bale is over at Leverkusen these days. I think it would be a pretty fun transfer. I want to bring back from former Saints players as well. And I think we're kind of at the stage of the rebuild where we've gone quicker than expected. Maybe we can sign some former Southampton players. So I think the highest profile one's Gareth Bale, obviously. I've got a few other ones here in the transfer shortlist somewhere. Callum Chambers could be a shout, you know. As a right back, center back. I think we would use them as more of a center back, honestly. Because he gets an increase to his rating when you play him there. Jordi Klaasie is a former player over in the Eredivisie these days. Let's see what his rating is. 31 years old over at AZ. Yep, that's right. You think we should make that Cantwell transfer? I guess we don't have too many winger options, so I'd be all right with that. I do want to get some more lefties in the squad, though. The thing with Cantwell, like, let's say we sign him. Who do we take out of our substitutes? Because surely Cantwell has to feature at least as a substitute. Maybe I think Suslov would have to go then. That's the thing. We have a lot of right-footed players already in the team. Like, I think Brereton Diaz, we can just convert him to a right winger, in all honesty. Jaden, the stream started about half an hour ago. So you haven't missed too much. Like, I understand it's a free transfer, but I just don't know if we need another right-footed winger. Like, we have Gineppo. We have Armstrong, technically. Brereton Diaz. Even Theo Walcott off the bench. So I don't think we need another right-footed winger, even if it is a good free transfer. We got to work on his passing, though, as a winger, though. Yeah, Virgil, I think he could be like a long-term transfer option in this rebuild. I do want to sign him at some point because I wasn't able. Here's the thing. I wasn't able to do it for the Southampton crewman last year because I tried playing with strict transfer talks. And when I tried making the transfer for Virgil when he was like 34 and pretty much declining in his rating, he had to grudge against the club, which I don't think that's the case. Like, even if it is a former club, it's not like the transfer had a lot of turmoil and speculation about it. It's just like a really good transfer offer and they accepted it. Yeah, a lot of those players like Sadio Mane, Luke Shaw, that have a really good rating. We're gonna wait a couple more seasons before we make that transfer. So just transfer offers so far for homegrown talent. It's not what we want. But his position change is available. Any guesses? What rating Tommy Thomas is going to go to as a center attacking mid? 73 overall as a center forward. His dribbling and pace is quite good. We're seeing some 75, 76 in the chat, 77. Make sure to get your prediction in here. And as far as this player goes, I think it's going to be a couple seasons before he breaks through. He actually hasn't had great development so far. I think another season out alone, and then maybe next season he can be a part of the substitutes. All right, let's see. 73 to a 75. A couple of y'all got it right. But hopefully he gets a loan offer here pretty soon. We'll give him a new contract as well to keep him happy. Now I think of the next area of the team. Starting 11-wise, I think we're pretty good. Unless we get a transfer offer for one of our players. But I think signing a backup left back would be a good shout because our next best left back is something like a rating in the upper 60s. It's McQueen. So 64 is our next best left back. Yeah, we definitely want to have squad depth there. So let's see what sort of left back options we have already in our transfer shortlist. Doesn't need to be a super high overall player. Ideally someone that's younger. Still waiting on Brandon Williams' scouting report to come through. But honestly, someone like Mitchell Bakker, I could see kind of as a squad rotational player. Same thing with Hops or even Aaron Hickey from Bologna. 5-star weak foot. So could play either on that left or right side. We should make the Vuskovic deal permanent. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments about that for the Hamburg career mode. We'll see. We'll see in the next episode. I still need to evaluate like what players are even available for season 3. Because I got to create the right storylines, you know? I think Ryan Manning might be my favorite option here, though. It looks like a fairly decent generic game face. 5'8", left-footed. Also playing in the championship. He's not going to reach a super high overall rating, but we never need him to be, you know, our starting left back. Jamal Lewis, kind of the same thing. Maybe as an ode to the Newcastle career mode. What do y'all think here? For a rotational left back. Maybe wait on the Sam Byram scouting report. I feel like I signed him for a career mode. Maybe the West Ham save in like FIFA 15, FIFA 16. Only paying 4 mil as well. This is a good deal for a rotational player. And then we still have a lot of funds, guys. I think like after this deal is completed, we'll have about 60 million still. So we could probably make like an even more high profile signing. Part of me wants to receive some transfer offers for some of our own players so that we can make an upgrade. Because that's the thing. It's like, I think we're fine with our current starting 11, but we could improve, right? Like, I don't think anyone's performed poorly enough to lose their place in the starting 11. Let's see, Ryan Manning squad number wise. Got the number 3 for Swansea. Where's number 14 for QPR? 17 for Rotherham. Let's see. Kyle Lerner could actually move to like a number 7 role. Also wears 17 for Ireland. 21. What are you guys thinking here? I think personally number 14 and then maybe move Kyle Laren's number around. Sign Gus Till rotational CM on loan at Feyenoord. Crushing it in the Eredivisie. Yeah, we should probably get some more Eredivisie players. See if anyone has gone up in their rating. I know Doan was a realistic transfer target for season 1. I think we'll go with 14 already. And then maybe a development plan as well. I'll just make him a left back. All right. So budget-wise, 73.5 mil. Essentially, this is the team. Do you think this is Europa League quality, everyone? Do we need to make like a high-profile signing? Right now, Ward-Prowse is leading the way with an 83 overall. Our defense, I think, is sound. Maybe a younger goalkeeper for the future? I mean, Johnston should be fine for the next 2 to 3 seasons. Unless we get into like something like Champions League, then we want to make like a marquee goalkeeper signing. We could look for some regens. Redmond is kind of getting on in age. I think he's 28. Get ahead of the curve with goalkeeper. I could use a better left midfielder. Youth Academy, we're gonna send out some scouts at the start next month. Homegrown talent, we're trying to send out on loan. He is right here. 17 years old, 75 overall. So y'all are saying a left midfielder. I do want to get some more lefties in this team. Redmond seems like the kind of player that can make the impact off the bench. He's just like super good in game. We're saying David Neres from Ajax. Let's see if he's still over there. You know, I wouldn't call this unrealistic either. I'm just looking up to see how many players from Brazil Southampton have had in the past. And I might. You know, I still have it. These are the top 4 nationalities for Southampton. I know it's covering David Neres. I'll go ahead and move it to the other side of the screen for you guys. So Scotland, Wales. Yeah, Brazil nowhere in this list. So I don't know if it's the most realistic like country to sign players from. What do you guys think? Should we go for Gareth? Gareth at an 81 overall, 33 years old. I feel like I signed him for every Southampton career mode. But he's left-footed. On the other hand, it doesn't necessarily give us like that younger left winger option. Like Bale would be good for like a season, and then we would need to sign another left winger. A lot of y'all are saying McNeil. I might have him in the shortlist already. Let's see. Okay, Dwight McNeil from Burnley. Yeah, I could see that as a move from another Premier League club. I think Rafinha from Leeds might be a little bit too high profile. I think if he makes the transfer away, it's probably going to be to a Champions League level club. Great player, though. I just think might be a little bit too good for us now. So if you're just joining into the stream, we're looking for a left-footed winger. And Madueke might be that. I mean, I'm kind of surprised he's still at PSV. Hasn't made the jump up to like a club in England. Sinister is right-footed. All right, so right now I'm kind of seeing the top shouts for a left winger. I think Madueke is definitely up there as an option. Over at PSV has a real face scan in game, which is quite nice. Pacey. I mean, y'all know him. He's a great player in career mode. Doan could also be a shout. 24 years old. Also at PSV. Left-footed. Not as pacey, but I think it would maybe be a more realistic option for us. It wouldn't give him a higher rating than Nathan Redmond. We've got the funds to work with. Let's remember that. Dwight McNeil, I'm very interested about. Medium-high work rates. Real face scan in-game. I'm going to guess he has an overall about 80. Few shouts for Jonathan Akone. He's made the transfer to Dortmund, actually. Czech Rashica. You know, to be fair, he's another left-footed option, right? No, he's right. Right-footed center forward. I don't think we need another righty in the team. So Dwight McNeil, a 79 overall. We're going to have to pay like 30 mil to make this transfer happen. But I think it'll be worth it, honestly. He's going to be able to grow in his rating. We don't necessarily need to be too concerned about like the medium-high work rates and how he plays in game. I'm glad to see he has this like few traits, solid player. I think this is probably the most realistic transfer, honestly. So unrealistic? Why do you say that, Oscar? I think Burnley, a club that, to be fair, lets a lot of their players go. They've been a bit more active in the transfer market lately, bringing the likes of Maxwell Cornet. Speaking of which, does Cornet play in the same role as McNeil? Down that left side? We could always turn to France to make a signing. If McNeil is leaving Burnley, it's for a bigger club. You could argue we are a bigger club. We're in Europa League this season. All right, I think I'll leave it up to a poll. We'll try to make the signing before the first Premier League match day. And I think that that Favre scouting report isn't going to be completed in time. I think we go for McNeil. As long as it's not too much on the funds. I'm hoping for less than 30 mil here. If it's over 30 mil, I'll probably walk away. But they go back to 29.5. So we know it's going to be less than 30 mil. It's probably going to be something like 25. Maybe 27.5. $30 mil on the dot. And we're going to take that. I know he's not quite as highly rated as Nathan Redmond, but he's got a few years on his side. I think he's going to spark up in his rating as well. Redmond can go right onto the bench, probably for... I think Suslov has to lose his role. So maybe Suslov spends another season out on loan to grow a bit in his overall. And then we'll probably save some signings for January, guys, as we still have about 30 mil to work with. But I think this squad is definitely capable for Europa League. We've got squad depth pretty much everywhere. I think the team is good enough to at least get out of our group and reach the later stages. I don't know if we're going to end up winning the competition, but I think our goal is like to reach the quarterfinals. And I think this team's capable of doing that. All right. So let's go ahead and loan list Suslov as well. And we also need to update McNeil's squad number. It's got the number 31, so let's see. He was number 31 before for Burnley, also number 11. So he's actually a product of their youth academy. Interesting. Yeah, I guess he could have a more important role than number 31. We had the number 11. That's Redmond's number, actually. So maybe we just swap numbers. McNeil gets number 11. Redmond can get number 31. Or even Redmond could take the number 7. Maybe we do that. Let's see what we can do for development plans, though. He's got medium-high work rates. Do you guys think he gets an upgrade if we switch him to a left winger? I mean, he has pretty good defensive stats, to be fair. We could also just... well, that's going to change his weak foot. Maybe a +1. Yeah, I think we're going to switch him to a left winger so he can work on some of those more attacking-minded stats. Let's go ahead and set up these scouting reports, too. Clear out our emails. Hertz Diaz has his position change done. He's also not happy with his contract. Let's see if we can sort that out. So as far as signing 3 players from Europe, how many have we signed? We signed 2. All right, so we'll try to sign a 3rd one in January. We should be essentially good. How do I join the Discord? There should be a link in the description, as long as that's working. Someone wants to test it out, go for it. Otherwise, I can update. But let's go ahead and establish 3 scouting networks for the season. We'll keep a scout in England, looking for any type of player. What else are we thinking, guys? We've covered Republic of Ireland. I think we also did Scotland, but didn't really get any results. Hertha Berlin, if you can sign any players on loan, Jaden, I think that'd be a good move. They seem to be pretty active there. Again, as far as the foreign nationalities go, these are the top ones at Southampton. So I believe we've covered the top 3. So anything besides the top 3, I'm good establishing a scouting network for this episode. I'll go and update the Discord link in case it's not working. Looks like someone just joined. But I'll create a new one. All right. We'll do a scouting network in Ghana. Technically Gifted seems to bring back the best results, so we'll do that. What else are we saying? Maybe France for this other one? You know, we've got a couple of French players in the squad already, but I don't know, maybe a playmaker here could be interesting, or a winger. A winger could be a good shout as well. I think we'll go with that for this one. All right. Scouting's all set up. Premier League starts in 2 weeks. I think the squad is more or less ready. Again, this is the team in case you're just joining to the stream. Sander Berge and Dwight McNeil as the 2 marquee transfers. I think we're ready for Europa League. I think we'll pretty quickly realize whether the squad is good enough or not. Let's do a little bit of player training just so that we can get sharpness up. Looks like most of our players are set, but usually you're going to have like 1 or 2 players with next to no sharpness, but surprisingly, the game has done a pretty good job of sorting out the player training. Just 2 players under 50. Yeah, indeed, I'm familiar with that, but I'm not going to be going into every training session. Otherwise, I would agree with you. If you're playing every single game and every training session, make a second team sheet with your substitutes and reserves. But I think I'm good with this for now. All right, Suslov loan offer. That's exactly what we want. 2-year loan from Everton. See, I don't know about Everton, though. How much playtime is he actually going to get? Also, an offer for Shea Adams from Cagliari. You know, I don't see that move happening, personally. Another Premier League club, we might consider it, but not Serie A. I think we wait for a different offer. Yeah, our goalkeeper should see some good growth this season. +3 already. You know, we might not even need to sign a goalkeeper for the future, now that I think about it. Because Casey Keys has an incredible name, and he should be able to go up like +6, maybe even +10 by the end of the season. If he reaches like a 75 by the end of the year, I'd be happy. Apparently, James Ward-Prowse is not happy enough with the transfers we've made. Not impressed. Ooh, Walker Peters. I mean, who do Bayern even have as their starting right back these days? Kimmich doesn't really play a right back unless he needs to. Pavard? It's kind of a weak point in their team, to be honest. And they have signed an English player recently with Omar Richards. I do want to reflect some realism in like letting players go. It's just whether this is the right transfer, right? What do y'all think? You decide the future of Kyle Walker-Peters as you make the move to the Bundesliga. Do we start Livramento instead or make another signing at right back? I'll let you guys decide this one. All right. Let's leave it up to a poll. It seems like the majority of you want him to go, but I'll leave it up to a poll. Should we let Kyle Walker-Peters leave for Bayern? Yes or no? And that's going to decide whether we make another signing at right back. Maybe letting Livramento take that starting 11 role, but I just don't know if Livramento is first team quality quite yet. I know a lot of you want to see him. And what we could end up doing is letting Livramento start in the first half of season 1 or season 2. And if if we're not getting the results we need, then we can upgrade. Plenty of English players go to Germany, to be fair. Yeah, I think we're going to try to get more funds than just 22. We're going to try to get 30 plus. All right. Let's get into talks with Bayern. I say if we get 30 plus for Walker-Peters, we let him leave. I think we're going to get 30, guys. It's looking like it. There you go. 30 million for Kyle Walker-Peters. Establishing himself as one of the top right backs now in Germany. All right. So as far as what we can do, we're going to have a lot of funds. We eventually want to make some more signings. Livramento at a 71 overall. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting if he's good enough to be starting, but I'm willing to give it a go. I know a lot of you do like how he plays IRL, and I think he deserves a higher rating. We do have Valeria as well. That's true. If we could just get a good offer for Suslo from a non-top 5 league, that would be perfect. Meanwhile, Livramento probably should go through a little bit of player training. Ooh, Spurs coming in. Our first Premier League offer. But I think we keep James Ward-Prowse. Assistant manager thinks we can get between 52 and 76 mil, which is just ridiculous for funds. Basically double what his actual market value is. And of course, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg leaving for Spurs as well. but I think we let James Ward-Prowse stay. Yeah, Valeri's a decent player. I feel like he hasn't got as much playtime recently, but he's always had pretty good potential in career mode. All right, first match of the season against Crystal Palace. I think this is a winnable one. Walker Peters sold. Redmond transfer offer from Villarreal. I would consider if it's from an English club. All right, let's get into this match. Hopefully the signings we made in the summer are good enough for Europa League, but we'll see how we do here. And we're right on track, about an hour into the stream. Should have no problem finishing up this season today. Now, question though, as we do another stream coming up on Friday, would you guys want me to continue Southampton for season 3? Or should we like mix things up, maybe alternate between teams? Would that get too confusing for you guys? I don't want to stream the same thing all the time. I do want to see out this Southampton rebuild to the end though. We're looking at about 2 to 2.5 hours, Jaden. So I think I'll do is I'll see what sort of like football news drop this week, if there are any interesting storylines, and if there's a really cool club to do a realistic rebuild for live, then I'll alternate. Because I think this will probably take 4 to 5 seasons before we can win the Prem. So yeah, we'll probably have 2 realistic rebuilds going on at the same time. I'll probably play this out until the end of the first half and then make a substitution and then jump to result. Hopefully we can get a goal before that time. I've kind of been thinking about doing a Norwich rebuild, to be fair. Obviously bottom of the Prem, so with the high potential players they have, I think they would take a similar amount of time as Southampton. It could be fun to go ahead and do a different club, like a different league entirely. Unfortunately, Benteke gets a goal there towards the end. So just a 1 point on our opening match day. But I think as long as we can stack together some wins, we should be all right. Still don't have our Europa League group decided. To be fair, this first month is pretty easy fixtures. Leeds being the most difficult. Let's see. Again, these are really high-profile teams that we're getting loan offers from. Yeah, St. Pauli could be a good rebuild if I wasn't doing a Hamburg save right now. I don't know how well that would go down with the Hamburg fans. But they are a fun team to do a rebuild for. They're crushing it in Bundesliga 2 this year. All right, let's get a win here. There it is, 3-1. Armstrong could have gotten a brace, but he missed a pen. Ward-Prowse 2 goals from 2 matches. What career mode for the Eredivisie? I'll do like one of the top 4 teams, so something like Ajax. I think Feyenoord has a pretty good history. So Feyenoord would probably be my pick, but even something like Groningen could be interesting because they've got some high potential players. It'd be even better if Arjen Robben was still there, but something like retiring him as manager and making him the Groningen boss could be interesting. I prefer career modes in the Bundesliga, Jaden. I think it's the league I have the most interest in, personally. Pretty good amount of competition as well. All right. Because we're coming towards the end of the transfer window, I'm going to accept this loan offer from Aston Villa. We'll take that. And Salisu, we'll reject that. Yeah, Heronveen. Good shout. Good shout. Don't get the result against Leeds, so we're not picking up the same amount of simulated luck that we had in the last stream. But Europa League group, we've got Salzburg. I think that's the team from Poland, Legia Warsaw, I believe. And then a Croatian club that I know Vuskovic actually plays for. So not an easy group in Europa League, actually. Should be able to advance out of it, but some high potential players on pretty much all these teams. Salzburg could have the likes of Eddie Yami still. All right, so let's complete this. I think it was the Suslav or Thomas loan deal. Sort that out on transfer deadline day. Smallbone we also want to let leave, so perfect there. Okay, 1 year loan. Things are looking good. I think the high potential players that we wanted to get out are leaving the club. Suslav loaned out, Salisu transfer offer, Smallbone loan agreement. A lot of offers for Salisu, actually. I think we keep him, though, for at least this season. I think he's someone that could eventually move on to another club, but I'm happy with him now. Yeah, Eredivisie PSV could be a good shout. I think they've got a couple of face scans this year, right? All right, I think that's all the transfer offers. Borussia Dortmund apparently interested in Nathan Redmond. We're going to reject that for now. Yeah, what's up, everyone? That's just joining into the stream. I know a few of you might be getting back from work or school, so welcome on in. We're just completing the summer transfer window with Southampton, about to get into Europa League group stages. But exciting stuff. I'll showcase the squad because we have made a couple of moves here in the summer. And then we'll get into a monthly scouting update for our 3 countries. But yeah, I think this is a squad that can compete in Europa League. McNeil already up +1 in his rating, I believe. But Sanderberga was probably one of the bigger additions. I think we paid about 20 mil for him, 30 mil for McNeil. Decided to let Kyle Walker-Peters leave for Bayern. And Livramento will slot in at right back. Overall, pretty happy. Somehow I finished 5th last season, Christian. We went on a pretty ridiculous simulator run. All right, so pretty good initial month here from France. A few 94 potential players in here. Let's see what we got from Ghana. And of course, England, Oscar Oliver, good name. 53 to 71, 72 to 94. I'm guessing this is close to a mil for a value. Yeah, 450, not quite as much as I anticipated. All right, definitely a harder month here. We've got City to start off September. And we want to get some points in the Europa League. Couple of transfer offers as well. You know, what do you guys think about Romeu? Should we keep him in the team? Should we let him leave? I feel like someone like Henk would be a good move for him. You know, maybe making a move to a non-top 5 league. Kind of the same thing with Valeri. I guess it's good to have a backup right back available. What do you guys think about these transfer offers? I think Valeri, we keep him. The thing is like we don't necessarily need the funds. It's just to make sure Romeo would stay somewhat happy. Yeah, let's just keep him for now. We really don't need any more funds. That Kyle Walker-Peters transfer was big time. So last season, I think we won both of the simulator results against City. I don't know if we'll be able to do it again here, but we'll quick sim. Just hope for the best. And we'll take a draw, man. I'll take a draw any day of the week against City. Does Livramento have a face scan? I don't think so. No, he doesn't. I mean, not a bad generic face, to be fair, but yeah, it's definitely not a real face scan. All right, first Europa League fixture as well against Salzburg, probably the toughest team in our group. All right, morale-wise, we're looking pretty good. I mean, not often do you have like your squad morale go up from every single press conference answer, but Vokins will be leaving on a short-term loan. That's all good. Let's see if we can get a simulated result here. Maybe rotate the team around a little bit. I think we're pretty happy with that. And we take a 2-1 result. Armstrong, maybe we should take him off pens. I think he's missed 2 in a row now. Let me check to see who he can have as pen takers. Maybe we put James Ward-Prowse on it. Let's see. I mean, Ward-Prowse should be taking the pens. I don't know why Armstrong was. Interesting. Also, McNeil should have his development plan done. It's going to take 6 weeks. Never mind. Loss against Burnley. Oh, man. Burnley get their revenge from the McNeil transfer. It's not what we want to see. I'm going to rotate keepers for the cup. Just make sure Forster stays somewhat happy. A couple of these other players can go in just to get their morale boosted a little bit. I think we're looking pretty good there. Don't care too much about the other competitions, but we get a 3-1 result here. Suslov up by +1. Probably later on in the season. We'll go ahead and check in on our players out on loan. But we need to start getting some results in the Prem. We have not had a good start to the season. I mean, Europa League we've done fine, but we need to make sure we're at least qualifying for Europa League again. All right, Brighton doing some work as per usual. They always seem to do well in the simulations, man. I don't know what it is. Get a lot of draws. We turn these draws into wins. We're probably top 6. We just keep on getting single points. There we go. What I'm hoping is like a little bit of that form from the Europa League will translate over to the Prem. I mean, I'm not expecting too much against Chelsea, but all right, probably the best Youth Academy player we found so far. Good. Now they're starting to roll in a little bit more for the 94 potential. 850 for Enzo Ferrier. Looks to be a right winger. And 1.7 for Amadou. Let's see. That's definitely the best player we found. He's a center forward. 62 overall. Really balanced stats, actually. I think he'd be a cam. I think he gets an upgrade at cam. 5-star, 3-star, high-low work rates. He's 6'1". Ferrier is definitely a winger. If he was pacier, I'd probably make him a winger, but you guys think he's a winger? Personally, I think Cam. The passing needs a little bit of work, but we could use another left winger in this team. All right, let's make him a left winger. See what he boosts up to. And Chelsea's sitting 16th. So this is arguably like a must-win match for both of us. I want Redmond available off the bench. Let's jump in for an interactive match sim and see if we can get an initial goal and then kind of upgrade from there. See, the pace will come with time. That's the thing. Once we loan him out, he'll probably grow in his rating. Take a look at this Chelsea team. They've signed Asensio. Other than that, not too many additions. They've signed Chiara as well from Milan. Yeah, it's a shame that he has the no number, no sponsor glitch. Hopefully that gets sorted out soon. It takes a long time for these Youth Academy bugs to get fixed. Same thing with homegrown talents. How long was the no torso glitch in? I want to say that was at least until the new year. Not really liking the build-up to begin. Chelsea hanging on to the majority of possession, but we'll see. Yeah, we're going to jump to result because whatever we're doing now is not working. Timo Werner gets both goals. Something needs to change in the Prem. I think right back might be part of the issue, guys. Personally, I think we might need to upgrade there. We'll see how well Livramento's progressing, but you know, we haven't changed much in the team, and all of a sudden we're not getting the results. I just feel like the overall might be a little too low. Because right now we're fighting relegation. We'll take a result against Aston Villa. That's good. As long as we keep making progress in Europa League, I'm fine. Because I think we can win the competition. Like any knockout stage fixture, I'm going to jump in for the interactive match sim. I'm going to actually like make changes in real time. And not just focus on the quick sim, but I'd like to finish at least top 6 in the Prem this season. There we go. Results are finally starting to come through. 3-0 that time around. Sheffield United, that's a winnable match as well. They're bottom of the table. Let's give Brereton Diaz a little bit of play time out wide. And another 1-1 draw. Advice for keeping career mode realistic. There's a lot to say there. I made a video like a week or so ago. There's like a segment on realism, so I'd watch that segment of the video. But generally speaking, just try to find ways to rationalize your transfers. So like if the club has a lot of players from a certain nationality, try to look for players from that nationality. Don't go overboard with like so many transfers in a single window. I think we should have a debt plan change for Brereton Diaz done. Okay, McNeil's done with his split change. Might go up +1. Now he stays the same. I guess we make him a support winger. We could also see if right wing works. It's going to change his weak foot. Yeah, we'll just work on support winger for him. 62 to a 64 for our youth academy player. That's good. We'll work on his passing. And I feel like Brereton Diaz has his change done as well. Let's see, debt plan, 9 weeks. Okay, it's going to take him a while. So not a bad month at all. If we can somehow pick up a win here against Wolves, then I'd be really happy with it. Morale-wise, we're not sitting the best. Romeu's somehow going up in his overall. And Armstrong, these missed pens, bro. I don't even have you on penalties. I don't understand why he's still taking them. Like, that is costing us wins. That's probably 3 wins. Favorite artist? I like Glass Animals. They're pretty good. And a couple of soundtracks on last year's FIFA album. I don't know, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. Yo, 2.7 mil for Xavier Levesque. Might even get a boost in his overall if we can change to a left winger, if he's not already. Couple of good players coming through, guys. On the bright side, I think we're pretty much going to be through in Europa League. We're 3 for 3. Salzburg really the only team that's in the running with us. But I do want to pick up the pace a little bit. Got about an hour left that I can stream, so I want to finish this season. And we do have the January transfer window still to make some signings, which, judging by our Premier League performance, we need to make some upgrades. And fortunately, we've got the funds. So we're going to make some high-profile signings. That's what it's looking like. So I'm going to take these Europa League matches to make sure that everyone's morale is good. Just rotating the players around that way. We do lose this one. Vukovic getting the goal. I have done a little bit of a PC FIFA. Haven't played so much this year. Mostly been sticking with the PS5. Surprised our morale didn't go down there. I accidentally responded with the worst answer. Realistic transfers for Cone. I'm trying to think through Cone's transfer policies. Definitely want to have like a lot of good young players in the team. So, I mean, I feel like we can beat this Liverpool team. We've got Nat Phillips. This is a team that we can beat. Come on. Let's get the result here. And another 1-1 draw. Like, we're not losing against the we're not losing against like the top teams. We're getting draws. That's not enough to like push for European qualification. Let's see how many points we're off. We're on 12. Fortunately, we're not that far off. Like, the Prem has very much been underperforming. Like, we could even push for Champions League still, which is saying something. We have to win against Fulham. I'd like to win against Leicester, Everton. Nicholas, I think it's just one of those things where, like, it has to make sense for me. I agree players can change their weak foot and skill move, but then, like, what sort of criteria can you use to change a player's weak foot and skill move? Like, what differentiates a 4-star from a 5-star player? So for me, I'd rather just keep it as is. That way I don't need to think about that. Like, if a player used to have a 5-star weak foot and now he's 4-star, then I would maybe make the change. Dude, these draws are crushing me. How many draws do we have? Like, how many missed points do we have? Like, that's the difference between how we were playing last season and how we were playing this season. It's a frustrating thing about these rebuilds sometimes. 7 draws. Surely that's the most in the league. Us and West Ham. All right, I think we win this. We're probably going to be finishing top of our group. Will it come as a video? This stream? Yeah, it'll be unlisted on the channel. We'll take a draw in that case. A draw is enough in Europa League. It is not enough in the Prem. We need points in the Prem. We're fine in Europa League. All right. Leicester next. Like, part of me wants to just switch things up. Maybe go calendar sim. What do you guys think we do here against Leicester? Do we do quick sim? Interactive match sim? Calendar sim? Who knows? The team is not very happy at the moment. Understandably so. We're not getting results. Just leave it to a calendar sim. I'm a little afraid, but I'll do it. Let's go. always count on the calendar sim for to mix things up. Everton 18th. Let's keep it going calendar. I think we lose. No, we win that one as well. The calendar sim OP, man. I think France has given us the best players out of this scouting report. A lot of 90+ players in our academy. So pretty much I'm just going to be signing 94 potential players now. We've got so many options to choose from. All right. We'll keep the calendar sims going. See if we can keep the results up against Spurs. We take a draw. See if this Europa League match matters at all. It does for second place, so we need to make sure we win. Want to be finishing top of our Europa League group. Get an easier matchup in the next round. Actually, does second place in Europa League, do they have to be in some sort of playoff at all? Or do they automatically qualify for the next round? There we go. Top of our group. That's what we want to see. Why do I do press conferences? Just to make sure player morale goes up. Or squad morale. I mean, some of these matches this month are quite difficult. Arsenal, I think we calendar sim both of these. We'll do quick sim on the rest. Yeah, that's what I thought. Second place plays preliminaries against Conference League. Because I think I finished second in Europa League for maybe the Newcastle save. And I was surprised to see playoff matches. We'll check in on our players on loan at January. See how they're all doing. We'll take a draw against Arsenal, to be fair. A win here against United would be big. I'd like to be top half of the table. At least in January. We get the loss there. All right. 9 points against Newcastle twice and West Ham. That's what we're going for. I'm taking Armstrong off. He's not taking pens. Just don't play him at all. And we get a 3-0 result. Let's go. Brereton Diaz. Maybe, you know, fighting for that starting 11 role. What's going on, Max? Welcome on in. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite songs on the live stream playlist, Jaden. It's a good one. Okay, quarterfinals actually of the EFL Cup. And we need to sort out contracts. Morale is a mess right now. Okay, we might need to keep Brereton Diaz in the starting 11 because we're getting results with them. We made a couple of transfers so far, Max. I'll try to recap things once we get into the January transfer window, just so everyone can see it. Of course, we have a match against United now. All right, let's see what we can do here. Armstrong wants some play time. He hasn't complained very much, so that's understandable. Dude, we're getting so many draws. Can I change Brereton Diaz to right wing now? Yeah, he should be done, actually. Manning's finished with his training. And then Brereton Diaz can be a winger. Perfect. No change in his rating. I want to do something to work on his passing. Yeah, the left winger, that plan is definitely best for him here. All right, please get a win against Newcastle. I'm going to field the first team. There we go. Shea Adams coming in clutch. 86th minute. So just a match against United. We are top half of the table. That might change here with this United fixture, but win here would be big. That can move us up very close to Europa League spots. Yeah, the realistic rebuilds with struggling clubs are definitely fun. I do want to eventually do some like higher profile teams that are kind of struggling IRL. I think that could be very good as well. I think we keep the same. You know what? We'll start Brereton Diaz this time around. I don't know what it is. I just have a feeling he's going to make the impact in this match. All right, quick sim. Come on. Result against United is not going to be happening. I mean, I'll take those statistics, 3 shots on target, but let's see how we're doing going into January. What's up, Baller? Good to see you. Semifinals of the EFL Cup is not bad. First, our Europa League group. Now, how about the Prem? 10th place. Only 4 points off of 6th. 7 points off of 5th. 10 points off of top 4. We're going to have to see a big turnaround if we do want to make the push for maybe Champions League, which I think has to be our aim. Also, I need to update contracts because I forgot to do that. To be honest, I don't know enough about Freiburg to give you realistic transfer options, Casper. I know they've signed players from the Schweizer Bundesliga before, so I would start there. But I really don't know too much about the club. I just know they've had a pretty good season this year, and the last few years, to be fair. What is up with all these players wanting no extension to their contract, but it's running at the end of the season? Kind of annoying when you have to go into talks, but it is what it is. Yeah, Barca Juve could be shouts for a rebuild. Definitely want to keep Gineppo. I think we let Romeo leave in the transfer window, man. He wants an important squad role. And Redmond wants crucial. I think these are the kind of players we have to let leave. Because they're not going to have that for us anymore. If we want to reflect realism. What's going on, Freddie? Welcome on in. All right, so just 2 more players left to sort out here for the contract. And Finnegan. Perfect. So contracts are done. I think we're going to have to let some players leave, though. So Ward-Prowse, Gineppo, they are crucial players. Redmond isn't even a part of our starting 11. He's gone up +2 in his rating. That's the hard thing. Like... That's the really difficult thing because he's growing well. He has 5 goals for us. McNeil's not doing horribly. He's gone up +2. But I think Nathan Redmond has to go. Just not going to be a crucial player, which is tough. Who else? I think it's something we also have to consider for Romeu, because we have Diallo growing in his overall. Romeu is probably our 3rd choice center defensive mid. So I think he goes on the transfer list, even if he's been at the club for a long time. Who else? I think everyone else is fairly happy, so. Now, as far as the players that are out on loan... Keys has gone up +4. Suslav's gone up +1. Tommy Thomas, I think, went up +1 while he's out on loan. So the loans are going all right. sort through these monthly scouting updates, and then we'll get into some signings, guys. I think we've got a pretty good selection of Youth Academy players, so we don't need to pay too much attention to these guys, but can always clear out the ones that don't have 90 plus potential, and to be fair, the ones that are just too low in their overall. All right, so now we got some space. I'm not sure where Smallbone's hair went, because he had a haircut last year. I'm not sure. Okay. So, for all of you that are just joining the stream, this is the current team. We've made a few additions here in the summer. You might be able to notice them right away. We decided to let Walker Peters leave. Big offer received from Bayern, so we let him go. Livramento has been filling in at right back. I kind of want to upgrade here. Either starting Valeri. On the other hand, Livramento, we could change him to a right wing back. He might see an upgrade in his rating, and we can try to steer the path forward with him. But we signed Sunderberger at the start of the season. We also brought in Dwight McNeil. We need to sign one more player from Europe. So maybe a European right back could be a move. Video quality is low. Nitesh might just be on your side. Not showing any drop frames. Centons is a right back. Yeah, if we want to have two French fullbacks, I think right back is honestly is somewhere we need to improve. With 66 mil, we just need to make that signing to help out the team. I want to make the push for at least Europa League. I'm also thinking striker wise, maybe an upgrade here. Armstrong's just not growing too well in his rating. Stats, he is leading the goals. Shea Adams in second. Ward-Prowse with a ton of assists. So what do you guys think? This is a decent output from our strikers, but Adams isn't growing in his overall. Or, sorry, Armstrong's not growing in his overall. Adams is. We even have him on the poacher debt plan, so I don't think anything is wrong there. What do you guys think? Origi's a realistic transfer because Danny Ings was from Liverpool. Martial. We can see if Martial's still at United. I kind of like that idea. Thomas Munir is a right back. Valentin Rosé. Yeah, Rosé. He's playing over in Turkey these days, right? We're also going to be letting Redmond leave. Or you know what we could do? Redmond can play as a center forward. I mean, that's honestly a shout. 81 overall. I think we either let Redmond play and keep him in the team, or we sign a new striker. But it looks like Romeo will be leaving because he wants too big of a squad role. Yeah, let's see what kind of striker options there are. And then we can decide on the future of Nathan Redmond. So he's transfer listed. Do we have any offers for him? No, not yet. All right. Yeah, leave your striker suggestions in the chat. Budget really isn't an issue as long as it's realistic. We'll see what Divock Origi's up to. He's over at Watford these days in the championship. 78 overall. I think that's a little bit too low, if I'm being honest. Just kind of scrolling through. Yeah, I think we want to sign someone that's 80 plus for their overall. We wanted to check out Anthony Martial, if he's still at United. He's at Spurs. Controversial move. Yeah, I don't know about that. Vlahovic is at Sevilla. Interesting. Ollie Watkins at Newcastle. I actually like that suggestion a lot. If he hadn't made the transfer. Ooh, Batshuayi we'll see as well. Michi, 29 years old. Contract expiring in 6 months. So at the very least, we can go for a pre-contract deal there. Vinsheimer. I don't think his overall is going to be high enough. Who else do you guys think? Striker-wise. Edouard from Crystal Palace. If we want to stick with Prem transfers, maybe. I always spell Edouard's name wrong, so I'm just going to search by Crystal Palace. Let's see. He's still there. In good form. Kasper Dolberg could be a shout. I think Potts and Daka probably would stay at Leicester. I think Icardi's probably... He's only 29. That's ridiculous to think about. I just don't know how many... There's been a few Argentine players, I think, that have played for Southampton. I mean, for overall-wise, he'd be a good addition. Yeah, Simeone's, to be fair, has been tearing it up. I think that's the wrong Simeone I'm looking for. This guy's been tearing it up, I think. Guiri from Nice. He's at Spurs. So Spurs have a strike partnership, a French strike partnership of Martial and Guiri. Cutrene from Wolves, yeah. I could see that. This transfer always seems to happen in my saves. To Lyon. Who else? We're looking for like an 80 plus overall striker, guys. Someone that would be realistic for Southampton. Again, I'll pull up the top nationalities. Well, top non-English nationalities at the club. Scotland, Wales, Ireland. I think France has a fair amount of strikers that we could sign from. Not sure about Ireland, Scotland, Wales. The Netherlands could have a player or two. We could look from the Eredivisie or even some ex-Eredivisie players like Dolberg. Portugal, maybe. An Italian striker like Pele. What do you guys think? Seen a lot of shouts for Bodu. How's he playing this season at Leipzig? Oh, no, I'm not thinking Bodu. I'm thinking of Broby. But Bodu could be a good shout, you know. He's an ex-Eredivisie player. And Broby's on loan at Mainz. Okay. Maxi Gomez from Valencia, right? I think it might be spelled with a Z. There he is. It's at AC Milan. Moise Kean, Luka Jovic. You know, Jovic just scored his first, I think, goal in like a year for Real Madrid, or maybe made his first appearance. But he's transferred to Arsenal. Oh, man. Tough choices here. Ideally, we'd want someone that's like, you know, high profile enough that when you hear the name, you know the player, but we don't want someone that's like... So I think like a fringe player from a top club could be a good shout. Or even a striker that's in good form that's kind of on the same level as Southampton or maybe on a lower level. I don't know how Andre Silva has been doing recently at Milan. Not Milan. He was at Frankfurt most recently. But now he's at Leipzig. Might be a little bit too high rated. Dembele from Lyon. A lot of transfers so far in the save. Yeah, Patrick Schick is actually someone that I was thinking about. 26 years old. He's playing at Cagliari these days. So back in Serie A. Maybe even Jonathan David, you know. Get the Jonathan David, Kyle Larin connection. I almost want to go forward with this transfer, guys. Like, I know he's playing over at Valencia, but only downside to him is that he doesn't have a real face in game. But that'd be kind of a sick transfer to get kind of a Canadian presence here at Southampton. Look at some of these other options. I think Bodu could be a shout. Dolberg as well. What do you guys think? Do you think we have a good enough amount of strikers here? I think we have a pretty fair amount shortlisted. I'll get Rafael Leao in here. Who's playing as a left winger these days, but I think we got a good amount of strikers. Darwin Nunez as well, a lot. But I think I'm going to stop there and then we'll make a decision. He's at Leverkusen, so if he was still playing over at Benfica, then I would maybe consider it. Let's jump forward here. So we're into the final of the Carabao Cup, which is good. Actually, it's a two-legged competition, so if we can get another win against Burnley, we're through. Let's see. So Romeo transfer offer. You know what? Wolfsburg, I think, is a good destination. They've had some Spanish center defensive mids in the past. So we're just going to accept 10.5 and reject this offer for Ward-Prowse. Let's see where that leaves us. So we need to make a decision about Redmond. 27.5 is the offer from Borussia Mönchengladbach. The reason that we're considering transfer listing him is because he has a crucial squad role. Like, that's what he wants. So either McNeil moves to the bench and we start Redmond out wide, or we play Redmond at striker, but we want to make a signing there. What are y'all thinking? Do we let... I think the best choice scenario is either let Redmond stay at the club and start him at left wing. McNeil comes on off the bench. Or we let Redmond leave. Because we don't really need the funds. That's the only thing. I like Redmond. He's growing quite well. 70 mil to work with. What do y'all think about Nathan Redmond? I think we leave it up to a poll this time around. Nah, you guys are all saying let him go. All right. We'll let him go. It's disappointing, but we're going to try to get at least 30 mil. I like Redmond in game. That's the sad thing. As a rotational player, that's a crucial one though. All right, we get 30 mil, so at least we get a good amount of funds for him. We really need to splash the cash though. We're gonna have 100 million to work with. We need some big name. We could maybe make 2 big signings in this transfer window. Armstrong trying to keep his place in the starting 11. I was about to say, if he doesn't score here, or if he misses another pen, he probably loses his spot. Keep in mind, we need to make that European signing too, for board objectives. So still waiting on a lot of these players. Hey, we get the calendar sim dub against Chelsea. We'll take that. Maybe this is when the streak comes alive. Last season, when we were doing the realistic rebuild, I think we went unbeaten in the second half of the year. So maybe we're starting that here. And we've got scouting reports on a lot of players, including Kasper Dolberg, who I'm very interested... You know what? I think we go forward with this transfer right now. 82 overall is like perfect for me. It's not too high rated that I don't think it's unrealistic. Real face scan in game. Still at his original club. I could see it as a Premier League transfer. Kind of partnering with Shea Adams as more of a target man striker. I think it's a transfer I'm comfortable with. No, are they really going to hit us with the... Will not sell this player as he's too important for the club? I mean, they just had an offer rejected from Bayer Leverkusen. Are they really going to hit us with that? It might change in January. That's like the message that I never want to see. Okay, so we're through to the... No, we have Crystal Palace playing the FA Cup, and then we have Burnley in the Carabao Cup. Semi-final against Burnley. This is for the final. Let's see some of these other scouting reports. Maybe it was meant to be. I mean, that's a striker, but not a very good offer. Swap deal. Yeah, Gineppo's not going anywhere. Let's see. Before we play this match against Burnley. Dembele at an 81. Pretty good. Silva as well is within our price range. Bodu could be a good transfer. Guri at an 82. I think Patrick Schick could be a shout, you know? I still like the idea of Dolberg, though, if we can actually go in for him. I think as a backup, Patrick Schick would be good as well. So I think that's my plan. If we can't sign Dolberg, we sign Schick. Ivan Toney's just too low rated. We can't make that signing. Anywhere else in this team you guys think we should improve? I think this team is certainly good enough for Europa League. We just have so many funds, man. Maybe we save them for next season. We could obviously upgrade at right back. Do you guys think we sign another right back in this January transfer window? You think we need it? Center mid, I think Berger is going to be on the up and up here pretty soon. What we could even do is put a development plan on him to help him out. So two options. We could do defensive midfield, which will change his work rates, but it's probably the best for a center defensive midfielder. We could also do the center back depth plan. Ideally, we get something to help out his acceleration. So we want to work on his acceleration and defending. I think we just do the defensive midfield one, honestly. I think Berger used to have high defensive work rates, so let's see. If he used to have high defensive work rates, I'm good with moving forward with that. Yeah, so he used to have medium high. We're going to go and update that then. So let's go and ask you guys in the poll. Should we sign a new right back? Because obviously Livramento is a bit low on the overall. He's got good potential. Because we have the funds for it. It's just a matter of whether we want to bring in another player. But yeah, as we get involved in that poll as well, just a quick reminder, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new around here. We might have even passed up on we're getting close to 43.8. We were approaching that towards the start of the stream, so 10 new subscribers and we'll reach that. I want to shout out some of you guys that recently subscribed as well. Should be showing up on stream. Let's see. You guys are saying right now that we should sign a new right back. So maybe Livramento goes out on loan so he can still grow in his overall. All right, so Livramento, get loan listed. Then we need to make another right back signing. We'll see if we have any already. We could sign Callum Chambers back to the club, but he's a bit low in his overall. Benjamin Pavard. If he's still at Bayern, maybe. He's over at Juve these days. I think Reece James is probably going to be staying over at Chelsea. Thomas Munir, if he's not too old. He's 31. Decent player, but he's a bit old for a realistic rebuild. What's going on, Angry World? Who's that guy from Galatasaray? Was it Meslier? No, that's the goalkeeper. Who's the French right back that's playing in the Turkish league? I think it might be Besiktas. Rosier. He might have a good overall. Would its haul be realistic? He's at Club Brugge, to be fair, which I don't know if that's a permanent transfer, but we got to get him out of Club Brugge if that's the case. Mazraoui from Ajax. Yeah, a lot of interest in him in recent transfer windows. Seems like, honestly... Okay, so they're just signing all the Moroccan right backs. Mazraoui and Hakimi at PSG? No way. So, honestly, I would kind of call the Mazraoui transfer away from PSG kind of realistic because he's playing a squad depth role for them. Going from squad depth at PSG to first team Prem? I think it's not a bad shout. I feel like Max Aarons might have transferred away from Norwich. Yeah, he's at Roma. Dalot from United. He's at Spurs. Nico Williams showing great potential, but I think he's going to be on the lower side for overall. Henrichs at Leipzig. Oh, is Dagba also still at PSG? Yeah, so they have too many right backs. I'd say we just sign one of the PSG right backs, honestly. They have Mazraoui, Hakimi, and Dagba. We'll see what their overall is and sign one of them. I'll see what Kieran Trippier is rated as well. Anyways, for the final of the EFL Cup, please get a victory here. We're not gonna... Oh, we drop a goal, but we still win it up on aggregate. You think Frimpong? It's over at Bayer Leverkusen, right? Still there. It's just a question of whether we can have a scouting report in time. We're not. So I'll see what I can do before the end of the January transfer window. And hopefully we can get that loan offer for Livramento. If we don't, I think we might just have to keep him in the starting 11 so they can continue developing. All right, let's see. Transfer deadline day. Let's get an offer. And not an offer for Adam Armstrong. Although this is an interesting one. Eddie. How do you pronounce that last name? Let's see.
Edward Nketiah.
Okay, fair enough. Nketiah. It's an interesting one, but on one hand, like Armstrong has a slightly better overall. Nketiah might have more potential. What do you guys think? Is this a swap deal we should consider? BSD, I use Transfermarkt for the most part to look at the different nationalities. I'm seeing kind of 50-50s in the chat as far as whether we should accept or reject. I'll tell you what, because we don't really have another striker option right now, I'll keep Armstrong for now. Let's revisit whether we can sign Dolberg. He's still too important for the club, so we can kind of rule him out as our striker signing. I really would have liked him, but how do you guys feel about Patrick Schick? Think that's a good enough addition for us? Real face scan in game. Versatile enough that we could play him elsewhere if we want to. We could even stick him out wide. Let's go and see if we can pick him up, because we need to make a signing here. To be fair, Armstrong has been scoring goals. So, like, if that trend keeps continuing, then Schick can swap for Adams or something else. We get 30 million. I think that's a good fee to pay for a 27-year-old, 81 rated. And again, he's versatile. So if we suffer an injury at left mid, we should be good. He's going to have that crucial squad role. So either Armstrong or Shea Adams is going to get demoted as a substitute. And he'll probably be on about 60K for the wages. I totally agree there's a lot of good striker options here, but I think Schick's a good addition. And let's see what we have for right backs. Maserati and 84. I think that's within our budget, honestly. We would kind of have to go in without having an idea of Dagba, Atal, Rosier. We just don't know what their rating is. We could sign Pavard from Juve. Could even sign Brandon Williams and play him on the right side. What do you guys think the rating is going to be for Dogba? Are we talking upper 70s? We're 2 seasons in, or a season and a half in. His contract is probably expiring, so we can pick him up for relatively cheap. Only 80 potential? That's a little bit unsettling. Is he really just 80 potential? He is. What do you guys think? Like, one of these PSG right backs, they still have Hakimi, Maserati, and Dagba. Do you think Maserati's too unrealistic? Too high rated for a Europa League level club? Tavernier, he's going to be a good signing, but he's 31. He's over at Nice. How do we feel about Brandon Williams? So he's not at United anymore. Hopefully Burnley signed him in the summer. And we'll just take all the players from Burnley. Atal could be a shout as well, because we know his potential is going to be good. It's just figuring out like how much we actually would need to spend for him, right? Actually, his health potential has dropped as well. It's only 80. Used to be like 88, wasn't it? Last few years, it's dropped quite a bit. Matty Cash. He's at Milan. I think we'll see what whether Brandon Williams will accept. Whether Burnley would be open to that offer. Because I actually like that idea of swapping him to a right back. I think his overall is good enough and potential is good enough that he can actually play a long-term role in this team. So we could go with Williams for 16. If we want to go higher rated, I think Dalot could be an interesting one as well. I think if we can spend like between 20 and 30 million for Dalot, I think that'd be a reasonable amount. Dalot's potential these days 76 to 82, so right about right. He's gonna be like a 78 overall player, so I think he's probably gonna be worth about 15. That'd be my guess. They want 23. So 20 million for Dalot. I think we decide between these two players. Maybe Matty Cash as well. Where's Matty Cash at? Think Dalot's going to be 79 rated? Yeah, I think he's going to be upper 70s. So let's see. Dalot is going to be 79 rated, which is just about right. Livramento, we need to get that loan spell for him. Otherwise, he'll stay on the bench. I think that's going to be our lineup moving forward. Not bad at all. So let's update squad numbers real quick and then get back into these simulations. So Patrick Schick these days is wearing the number 14, which I think we can give up. That's fine. And then Dalot is the other one. So let's get the number 20, the number 5. Also number 2 I think would be just fine. He's worn that for Portugal in the past. No reason to change that. So yeah, let's see what development plans look like. And I think we're pretty good moving forward. He's got the high work rate, so he can work as an attacking wide back. And Schick, what does he got? Medium, medium. So we got to do a position change sort of thing here. Probably... Nothing really works on his shooting. I'll have him work as a left winger just to work on his pace and not actually make the change. All right. We'll get through transfer deadline day. Hopefully get an offer for Livramento. I'm sorry, Brandon Williams. We decided not to go with you this time around. We do get that Liverpool offer for Gineppo. Oh, bro. Do you think should we go forward with this? Gineppo's been so good, though. We had a player leave already this season. What do you guys think? Liverpool offer for Gineppo. This seems like a Liverpool transfer as well. Signing a winger from us. What do you guys think? Let's reject the Armstrong deal. On one hand, I think it's a realistic transfer, but we've already had one player leave the club. Yeah, if Redmond was here, dude, of course Redmond had to. If Redmond had still been here, that'd be perfect. Yeah, I'm leaning against it, at least this time around. Hopefully Liverpool come in it again next season. But I'm a little bit pressed for time, guys. I want to finish up this season in the next half an hour or so. So I'm going to reject this one because otherwise I don't think we have options. Of course they had to offer on the last freaking day of the window. I actually would see Armstrong to Leeds as a somewhat realistic transfer, but we'll keep moving. Where's the Livramento loan offer, man? Please. I don't think we're going to get it. We got 4 hours left on transfer deadline day. And we're not going to get a Livramento loan offer. So we'll need to rotate him in occasionally. Maybe for cup fixtures. What's going on, Furno? Yeah, those aren't going to happen. All right, let's move. We got half an hour. We're trying to finish the season. I'm not going to do any more Youth Academy scouting, guys, so I'm just going to recall those scouts. I think we got a pretty good amount of players now. All right, Ramsey loan offer. We can do that for next season. That's fine. Let's get some results going our way. Let's push for Europa League. I think we can make it happen. Just got to continue with the calendar sims. Yeah, I will. I want to make sure that we get some sharpness up for the likes of Schick and Delot. So I'll do quick sim for now, and then we'll get into some calendar sims. And a 3-0 result. Schick gets a goal in his opening debut. Paul Pogba. What is up with Spurs signing like all these high-profile Prem players? That's the kind of result we need. Let's keep it going against City. So we're top 6 now, which is exactly where we want to be. I was going to say 2 wins in a row. That's asking. But I'll take a win against Spurs, a loss against City. And I think this is Carabao Cup final against United. We were considering Origi as an offer, honestly. Pharaoh, if he was higher rated. Oh, I saw a Livramento loan offer there, but a little bit late to it. All right. Let's see if we get a win here in the Carabao Cup final. And we lose 3-0 to United. at least we make the final of the competition. That counts for something. I think calendar sims moving forward is what we need. That's what we need. Benfica in the first round of the knockout stages as well. Not an easy opponent. All right. Let's attend these press conferences because they're important matches. We're trying to win Europa League. That's our ticket to Champions League, I think. We're probably not doing well enough in the Prem this season to finish top 4. Imagine if we go Europa League in Season 1, or qualify for Europa League in Season 1, qualify for Champions League in Season 2. That'd be nuts. These have gone faster than expected here with Southampton. The first match against Benfica, we'll see what the squad's looking like. Most of our players are in fairly good morale. Maybe we give Diallo the go in this one. And quick sim here. Please get a good result. 2-1. Bro. Why do we have to match against Benfica? I feel like Benfica is an underrated team in career mode. They've got a couple of high potential players. Yeah, I'll sort Schick out as well. Oh, man. It's going to be close. Max, I'm aiming for another Friday stream next. So I'll do an interactive match sim for this next one. And hopefully we can get the result, man. Interactive match sim, it's tricky because on one hand, like, you can go more attacking minded with the tactics. And that just tends to get you goals. But you never know. Some games just don't go your way. But hopefully squad fitness is good because we went with calendar sims. Let's see how we do here. Feeling our strongest team possible. Even if Diallo is not in the best morale. So we'll make sure he gets some minutes so he doesn't leave the club. Well, let's get into it. We need a good result here. We don't need to worry about goal differential anymore. We just need to push this to at least extra time. Come on. I want to see some score predictions in the chat. Who's going to get the goals for us? I think I'm going to say Armstrong gets brought on as a sub and he scores a goal. Forces extra time and we get the winner from James Ward-Prowse. That's my prediction. Bednarek gets a goal from a corner. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if we don't get a goal here within the first maybe 30 minutes, I'm going attacking. I don't even care. Especially if we go down a goal. Because stats-wise, it's pretty even right now. But they're looking dangerous inside the box. Like, that could have very well been a goal. We're just not hanging on to a lot of possession. I'm making the attacking change. Johnson with a good save there. 25 minutes played. Benfica looked to be the better side. Three consecutive corner kicks for them. They just look so dangerous around the edge of the box. They're holding on to so much possession. We can't get the ball off them. Let's counter. Come on. Play it to the left. There you go. Ball into space. It's not collected. Come on. Come on, Southampton. We made good signings. On paper, I think we're on the right path, but whether we can get the results is another question. There we go. Good run from Pereira down the left wing. I think that's off the post. Think it's going to go to penalties? It could. That's half, though. One shot on target. mean, if we need to, we can go ultra attacking, but I felt like we were looking a little bit more promising toward the end of that first half. We had that chance with Prod in the left wing. But Benfica, I just feel like they're going to get a goal. Just with how they're playing right now. So much possession around the edge of our area. Like, the press is just destroying us. That's a goal. Nope. Counter. Find the number 2. That's the lot getting involved. Here we go. Some passing play. Corner kick. Come on. Is this the Bednarek goal? Is this the Bednarek goal? No. We got to go ultra attacking, guys. I know there's still 30 minutes left. We just need one. But something's got to change. I'm going to bring Armstrong too next time the ball goes out of play. There we go. Let's make that change for Armstrong. Also, move some players around. All right. One sub left in case this goes to extra time. That's it. Oh, take... How do we score that? Dwight McNeil. Dude, Armstrong should have went through on goal, but he played the pass for whatever reason. McNeil from the edge of the box gets the goal. 20 minutes left to play. Let's go off ultra attacking. We'll go regular attacking. Because I still think Benfica looked dangerous on the counter. Come on, let's get the winner. 12 minutes left. This is Adams down the right wing. The cross ends in. If it locked onto one of our players. 2 players in the middle that could have locked onto. Yo, Benfica looking sus now. This has to be one of the last attacks here. Is that extra time? Extra time, please. There it is. Extra time. Let's go. Keep the squad as is. We'll make changes later on. I think, honestly, McNeil maybe is looking a little bit low for stamina, but he also got the goal, so we keep him in. Good save. Johnson's looked solid in this game. He's been a really quality signing from West Brom. All right. At the break here, I'm going to make another substitution. I think McNeil probably gets brought off. As long as we have another capable option out wide. Let's see. Let's take a look at the squad. I think Cal Laren has to be brought on for Adams. We'll keep McNeil on for now. All right, let's see this one out. Let's see if it goes to penalties. Free kick for Benfica in a dangerous position. Sent into the box. It's out for a corner. Saved off the line. Let's go. Come on. This is so nervy, guys. They're pressing. I feel like stamina might start to play a role. Please, not here. Counter. No. One more attack. It's penalties, I think. It's penalties, bro. Of course it goes to penalties. Do I let Armstrong take the first one? No, it's Ward-Prowse to take the first one. I don't even care about the attributes. Armstrong has been so bad on pens. And Ward-Prowse misses the first one. Benfica go 1-0 up. Armstrong misses the second one. Benfica missed. Come on. We're still in it. We need to convert here. Come on, Brereton Diaz. How do we miss 3 consecutive bets? Bro, what is happening? We're still in it somehow. But can someone please make a penalty kick? Bro, what do you do about this? What do you do about this? Like, what are these penalty kicks? It's so bad. Diallo. Dude, 5 pens. 5 misses. What in the world? What? How do you miss 5 penalties? Bro, I'll show you guys the penalty kick stats. Like, they're not even that bad. Like, these guys are mostly in the 70s, I feel like. A couple in the 60s, but like, come on now. Come on now. So we need to somehow finish top 6 and hope that a top 4 team wins the FA Cup. We just got to focus on the Prem now. That's so sus, though. And now, because we've lost a couple of games, we're just going to go on a losing streak. I can feel it already. So we can pretty much toss up season 2. Unless we turn things around immediately. I'm going to try to make sure our players don't want to leave the club. So if they have like this poor morale, we need to start them. There we go. Patrick Schick with the brace. Let's turn it around. Come on. We're not out of it. 8th place. This match against Wolves is big, actually. Because we could leapfrog them here. Bruh, so many players are unhappy. This is not good. Two. Okay, that's not the worst thing. Six points off Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace put in a massive season. And we just need to get that squad morale up because it is not good right now. Just need to find a way to go on a winning streak and hope for the best. Okay, we're looking a little bit better here. Armstrong can start, that's fine. Lianco can go in for maybe Salisu. That's a big result, come on. Realistic signings, I think it's just having an understanding of Southampton and then kind of looking at Chad as well. Livramento apparently didn't have a loan offer accepted. I don't want him to go to Arsenal. You know, I might have forgotten to accept the offer from Benfica. That was what happened. But we should have no problem loaning him out next season if we want to. Come on. Some of these answers have to get us in a better squad morale. Schick the Czech hero. Yeah, he's been pretty good for us. Yeah, I feel like the penalty kick shootout, I might have to turn that into a TikTok or a short. That was something else, dude. 5 pens and 5 misses. Also, Ward-Prowse is low-key. He's crushing it. 86 overall. Didn't even realize that. Dude, we're getting results now. Lianco coming up big as a substitute. Come on. Just 5 points off Arsenal now. All right, Twizzy, thanks for hanging out, man. We're getting results now, though, guys. That's, I think, 3 consecutive wins. We just need an Arsenal loss. And we can close that gap. We're up to 2 points shy of Arsenal. We could even push for 5th. Burnley up next. Patrick Schick again with a goal. Come on. Are we really going to clutch up and get Europa League again? If we get Europa League in Season 3, I'm still going to be happy. Because we're equal on points with Arsenal. Like, honestly, Southampton being in Europa League 3 seasons in, I think that's still on course with what we want. It would have been nice to have, like, won Europa League or even make Champions League, but I still think we're meeting most of our board objectives. And we're up to happy squad morale, which is good. Let's see. Just need to keep clutching up. Keep stacking up wins. This is what happened for us last season. We'll take a draw. It's not the worst thing. Patrick Schick again to the rescue. Hope for an Arsenal loss, maybe. We do take 5th. We are up to 5th, which is good news. Crystal Palace absolutely bottling. And we play Palace next. We need wins against Palace and Fulham, and I think we're safe for Europa League. Let's also sort out this Livramento loan deal for next season. Come on, Schick. Let's get a hat trick. It's 0-0. That's not what we need. We need wins. Like, on one hand, Crystal Palace doesn't get points on us, but Arsenal is going to be right there. Crystal Palace is 1 point behind us. Arsenal's still a match to be played. Come on. We're down to 6th. This is going to be so close, man. Salisu out for 2 weeks. It's not good news. I think we do interactive match sim for these last few. Need a win here against Fulham because we have Liverpool up next. This probably decides Europa League. This probably decides Europa League. We need a win here. Because you never know what's going to happen against Liverpool. To be fair, Fulham are starting really strong. Like, they're playing like a prime Barcelona right now. Let's just get a quick 2 goals, and then we can jump to result. That's what we're hoping for. This is looking better on the possession play. We're hanging on to the ball. Finding the passes. If that pass connects with Adams, that's probably a goal. Come on. We can get this result. 2 wins here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's 6th place also goes to Europa League if FA Cup winners in the top 4 or top 5, right? What's going on with Messi? Is he playing right now? Yeah, we'll see, DMC. I mean, we've gotten some interesting results against Liverpool before. Storylines are leading up to it for sure. But first we need to get a result against Fulham. Not the best first half, stats-wise, 0 shots, so I think we switch attacking here. We have the passing options in front of goal. Just need to get some sort of counterattack going. Here we go, play him through. That's a goal. Take a touch. You don't need to shoot from range, Patrick Schick. I'm not really one to complain, but we're not converting our chance. At least we're getting some goal scoring opportunities now. We switch to attacking. All right, I'm going to make a sub. Same subs we made in the Benfica match. Just hope for the best here. Yeah, we maybe should go ultra attacking. We're creating goal scoring chances, that's the thing. So I don't want to concede. Now we got to go ultra attacking. Let's go for it. 15 minutes left. Come on. Fulham haven't really looked dangerous at all in this half. Oh, I thought that was the goal. Looked really good in the build-up. Pass the ball, Johnston. We need to go. We need to go. We're not wasting time. Nah. That's a clutch yellow card, Benderek. He just stopped the counter so hard there. Get it forward. Come on. We still have a chance. 2 minutes of added extra time. Corner kick. Come on. Corner. Is that full time? We get a draw at full time. So we basically need a Liverpool win here. We've dropped down to 6th. Arsenal and Crystal Palace still need to play. We're 7th right now. We just need to hope that we can jump ahead of Arsenal. So let's get into it. Just play this match against Liverpool and hope that we can get a win and Arsenal loss. And maybe we'll get some luck and qualify for Europa League. We're hanging on to some possession to start things off, and that was nearly won. Off the post. Yeah, Liverpool are dominating right now. I think I gotta hope that we get the win, but right now it's not looking promising. That's a great pass, though, if we can get on goal. Why do we try to go for the cross there? Just go through on goal. Alisson going out of his box. Gineppo's looked really good down this right wing, though. He's at least getting some space on the ball. All we need is just like one goal from a counterattack. That's what I'm hoping for, because Liverpool are the better team. They've got better players. And that's the goal from Mo Salah. I'll let it play out. If we go 2-0 down, I'll probably just jump to result, though. They are starting to tire. I agree. I'll do a squad recap here at the end, Zona. Just finishing this match, though. It's not looking great. Just one shot on target. But, you know, we'll push on, try to get some goals. Maybe hope for an incredible second half, but I think we're going to fall just short. That's how it looks right now. That's 2. All right. I mean, we do get 2 goals back from jumping to result, but we still get the loss. Dang. Maybe should have just stuck with the calendar sim, interactive match sim. But it looks like we finished 7th? 7th? So does that still get us Europa Conference League? Can I get a clarification on the rules? Does it depend on the FA Cup winner at all? Chelsea won the FA Cup. And they finished 3rd. Does that get us Conference League for next season? Should be yes. Yeah, I think so too. Check the League Cup. That would have been Burnley to win it. No, not Burnley. It was United. United won the League Cup. And they also finished top 4. So we should have Conference League for next season. But guys, I need to wrap up the stream now. Appreciate you hanging out today. And should be back live again on Friday, probably with a different realistic rebuild. But nonetheless, we'll be back with Southampton with Season 3 eventually. Probably next Monday. But yeah, I'm going to be signing off now. Appreciate y'all hanging out. And I'll catch you guys with the next video, most likely. Later.